Welcome to Cult Rehab. Come on in, people. Come on in. Hannah G says, can't wait. Well, Baba G says, do your karmas. Do your karmas. Let's make sure we're doing our karmas, people. Let's make sure we're hitting the like, subscribe, but most importantly, make sure you're dancing and shit. Did you go dancing? Did you go dancing? You have to go. Enough of this. Enough of this. You have to go dancing. What are we talking about here? What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming in. Welcome. I found some cult shit, some like brainwash type of shit, because I know y'all would like that. Hannah G is here. Yeah, but just get funky with that music. We're gonna start. We got a great guest today, Chris Robinson. He was it. XJW. Didn't know they got black people. Honestly, I was shocked. When I heard, I was like, but then we saw the Hindu. 3 weeks ago, there's a Hindu in Scientology. So, and now I can believe anything. Anything is possible. I thought it actually makes sense because they're so strict, and all the Jamaican people I know are strict. Like the parents are like, wait, you're not working hard. Like the parents like yell at the kid. It's really hard, man. Even I was telling you about the soccer coach. There's like one West Indian soccer coach in Mississauga, and he just screams at the kids. My friend was saying that his kid was playing, and they saw another kid get injured, and the soccer coach is like, boy, you ruined my whole business. You ruined me. Like, he's just screaming at this kid. And the kid's like, oh, God, what am I going to do? His mom, like, passed out. So maybe there's a strictness there. But anyway, listen, anyone can get caught up. You know how we've been talking about this. Anyone can get caught up in the brainwash, people. And that's why it's so good that you come in here every single goddamn week. David Barron is here. Thanks for coming. Natalie Grant, author of Cult Girls, is here in the comments. What's up, Natalie? How's it going? Natalie has 2 episodes up. Both are banging episodes because these cult leaders are wacky, though. It's kind of like when I watched the Nexium the documentary, all the stuff with the cult leader guy. I was like, this is fucking fascinating. And then halfway through, because he scammed all these, like, they were like all filmmakers. Halfway through, they're like, we're gonna fight back and we're gonna make a movie. And then it was all scenes with them, and I was like, I was on their side, but as a film watcher, I was like, that put the psycho back on. You know what I mean? They're goddamn charismatic, aren't they? Donnie the Apes, XJW in the house. Let's go. Donnie the Ape, thanks for coming, homie. Turbo Chat is here. 4 Hour Life is here. Too many people. There's too many people. I cannot name everyone. So many people are here. David Baird, a.k.a. Dentalian Jones. Yo. Do your karmas. Buddha loves you. David, God is great, brother. David has like a whole website of like how to make sure you don't get brainwashed and stuff like that. But we over here use the Bite model too by Steve Hassan. I took his class, by the way. If you look at the opening graphics there, it actually shows you some of the certifications that we got here. Let me show you. Well, first of all, do your karmas. Okay, since we're opening up the show at 6:01, do your karmas. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and be joyful in life. And make sure you go dancing. No, that's important. Ever since I started training the loving kindness, they teach that in the classes. They're like, no, you should be dancing. Of course. They actually teach, like, there's old Taoist teachings that are like, if the culture is not dancing, then cult leaders will take over. Like, they have stuff like that. Yeah, it's true. I'll find it. I added this picture too. Award-winning writer. That's a lie. I know. That's weird. I'm not going to show that to you. I'm not going to be a psycho. But I am going to show you this. This, Understanding Cults, took the class. Great class, by the way. Everyone, take the class. Understanding Cults with Steve Hassan over at the Udimai Ashram. Udimai, International Online School of Learning. It's Udemy. But I did a lot of training there. I did a lot of stuff there. It's great. Great class. Steve Hassan teaches it. Great class. Highly recommend. We're going to have him on the show soon, by the way, too. But today's guest, absolutely killer comic. You're going to love him. Very funny dude. And he has his own TV show out. Man, I auditioned for the show, too. But I'm going to ask him. I guess it's his show. But it's a show called Pillow Talk. It's on CTV Crave. So make sure you check it out over there. And right now, give it up and make some noise for the hilarious Chris Robinson, XJW, joining us now. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Yo, what's good? It's not my show, okay? I didn't create the show or anything like that. I was cast on the show.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. I don't know. I was actually writing a show for them. What's that?
I'm good though. I'm sick. I'm happy to be here.
That's great, dude. Thanks for coming, man. And buddy, you know what? Because we both have the same agent, and we're both trying to get those CTV Crave deals. So the way that you worded it, I was like, of course, Chris is prosperous. Of course, he has his own TV show. I would just, like, I automatically just thought you would have it.
You got that Dino Dana money too.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? The kids' TV money, it's great. It's nice.
Do you ever like get recognized at parks by kids and stuff?
People do okay, people call me and then they're like, "Hey, can you talk to my kid?" And then I see their kid, and the kid won't recognize me at first because I'm bald now. So they'll just be like, "No," and then they'll watch a couple of seconds and be like, "Oh, it's him," and then they'll like hide and shit. Like they'll be like hiding and they'll be like, around the corner. Hi, you're in Dino Dana. Like yeah, like one. I think Danny Polachuk called me, and at first his niece was like, I don't know who this is, and then he told her, and then she was like, I'm going to a party on Friday. I got a new dress. I'm going to hang out with my friends, and I'm going to tell them that Dino Dana was here. And then she was asking me, yeah, it's so cute. It is nice. And now I like to write for kids stuff. It's very cute.
Nice.
Yeah, positive messages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. None of that. No subliminal ones.
There's actually, they all sell toys too. That's the problem. Yeah. Like I teach loving kindness now. It's like a meditation class. But I was just thinking about Care Bears when I was a kid. You ever watch Care Bears?
Oh yeah, of course.
So like the opening is so sick. The Care Bears opening, and then like what they do in it, where they like stand there and they go Care Bears countdown.
Yeah.
What? And they all shoot the loving kindness out. They shoot like a heart shape out, right?
Yeah.
That's basically the meditation that I do. It's like an old Buddhist technique. You like wish love on people.
And you shoot love at them with your.
That's basically with your heart, with your energies, I guess. You're like sending out love to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful practice. It's the Buddha's most powerful technique.
Is this a clip where it like shows that?
Yeah. What a great show. The song is so good.
It's more fun and exciting.
Oh, sorry. No, it's the opening, not trailer. Theme song. Dude, the theme song's so tight. I can play 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to watch this before school. Like the reruns would come on.
Right? Global?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, dude. They were so good. I had no idea it was so good. But at the same time, they are selling toys. Like, I think they're shooting it out there. What a great show, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they would get into line. It was like military. There it is. That's basically loving kindness practice. A lot of ex-JWs going to it.
So funny if like after they shot out their like love loads that they got like lethargic after.
Yeah, you think they would. You think they would.
Yeah, like, no. Oh, here's the help. Oh yeah, fuck. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one
right there.
I guess we saved the whole village. Can I take a break? It's like they deserve it at that point. Care Bears countdown. Yeah, man. But yo, you were in your own little Care Bears over there, right? You were your own little group over there with the Jehovah's Witnesses. You were in Jehovah's Witnesses, eh?
Spreading love and watchtowers and awakes.
Oh, you did all the programs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Wow,
bro,
that's shocking.
My whole life, I went door to door up until I moved out.
Door to door.
Yeah, door to door.
Oh my god!
Every single Saturday until I was 19.
Holy shit! Were you good? Were you a closer? Because Natalie Grand, she used to sell and she would close them, man. They all have sales skills after.
I'm like, I didn't have the skills to like I could get people to take magazines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I never it never translated to anything else because I never really liked doing it, like.
Oh, right. Okay. Good.
It just got me to like not be afraid to do other things in life, kind of. Because I was like, this is like, it's so nerve-wracking just knocking on someone's door.
Wow, it's like doing a set.
Yeah. And you do it for 2 hours. It's like, it's so brutal. And like every time I'd knock on a door, I would just hope that no one was home and hope that no one would open the door. And like,
yeah it is like real life skills in that sense.
Pardon?
It's like real life skills in that sense. Like you got to get out. Like they put you to work. They give you a curriculum. Yeah. That's what I find with all these cults. They have like a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I mean, in that sense, it like, made me like not afraid to fucking, just get on stage and like talk, because
Yeah.
I was used to
That's
annoying people.
amazing, dude. That's amazing. Did you ever get any did you ever convert? Cause like I feel like you get double points for converting.
Yeah, man.
If you pull a non-white, like if you pull like a brown guy, like anything like that.
You should see my Jehovah's Witness stat card, man. It's out like 1,000 watchtowers, 900 awakes, 10 conversions. No, I'm playing.
Wait, what's the awake? Awake is like a next level up? Because Watchtower,
like,
you give those out.
Awake is the same thing. It's like a magazine, and
Okay.
you give them out together. It's like 2 in 1.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
the awake is like the more interesting one. It's kind of like, they'll have like why evolution isn't real, and it'll be like
Okay.
like that, or it'd be like how can you find happiness in today's society,
I remember these
no,
when I was a
actually,
kid.
or it'd kind of have like more science stuff too. It'd be like, do plants like did they grow by themselves or were they created? It'd be kind of more scientific and stuff.
Oh, but then you still have the scary ones. Because I find with Watchtower, it's a lot of end of the world shit. Like they got the fire and brimstone coming down.
Yeah, absolutely.
This looks more positive. This is a more religious science based.
Yeah, the awake I felt was more palatable. Like I would always, when I was giving out ones, I would lead with the awake. I wouldn't lead with the watchtower. And so you'd put a watchtower inside the awake. You'd fold it up. So you'd be like, here's the awake. Isn't this an interesting article? Oh, yeah. Look at this. And then you're like, you know what? Hold on to that watchtower too while you're at it.
Throw in a watchtower. Have a watchtower. The sales tactics. But dude, that's maybe why. Were you saying your numbers were low? Because I think the watchtower has the more fire shit. So people are putting the awake inside the watchtower, but you flipped it.
I flipped it because I don't know. I was more interested in the awake. So,
That's great. That's good. You believed in something. But then how was that for sales? Was it doing better? Or did they ever say like, Chris, fire and brimstone up front, put your psychological shit in the middle? Like,
I was okay. I'd probably get like, dish out maybe two to four like watchtower and awakes, maybe like each morning.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I used to love them too as a kid because I just love religious stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I used to. I tried to convert.
Talk to them?
What's that?
When they came to your house, you would talk to them?
I would talk to them. My uncle would talk to them to convert them to Hinduism, and he would track them the time, and he would just be like, "Oh yeah, keep going. Yeah, oh, very beautiful." Like he loved Jesus too, because Hindus love Jesus too. So like, tell me what else? Very beautiful teaching. I believe everything. And then at the end he'd be like, "Okay, now let me tell you about Hare Krishna," and these guys would be like, "No, we're not allowed to." And my uncle knew they were going to do that, but he would still just try to. He would almost like trick them into it. Was like a morality thing he was doing.
Yeah,
he was like, you are foolish. I listened to yours, but you are too foolish. You did not listen to mine. So now go then. Like there, he was like trying to win on them.
Yeah. That's kind of a good tactic, but like very patient.
Yeah, you spend hours just to make this moral.
Yeah, I'm like, because Jehovah's Witnesses, they'll go in if they got the time.
Yeah, they'll go in, but they won't listen to your shit. They're like,
oh God, no.
These guys were tight on that. They were like, actually, we're not. They actually said that. They were like, we're not allowed. Like he was so mad.
I know there's certain things like I wasn't even allowed to, like we weren't allowed to do yoga because like that stems from some type of like religious practice or something like that.
Did they ever make you do did they ever say that you're not allowed to do national anthem and then you didn't do that?
Yeah, I sat down for like all of school.
Damn, dude. That makes you an original person though. Now you're fearless.
Yeah, but you don't want to be fucking original in school. You want to fit in with everybody else. I want to be a sheep, like
yeah. At that point, no, I was down with white culture at that age. And that's why when these Jehovah's Witnesses came around, I was like, at that age, I was like, we should be Christian or something. You know what I mean? Like they actually had me convinced. And I was mad at my parents that like, you idiots, we're going to fucking hell because you're worshiping these idols and we're in the wrong team and you need to read this shit. And they were just like, yeah, they wouldn't read it though. They would just be like, yes, very good. Good. Study the religion. Like they didn't care. Yeah, they were wild, man.
Yeah, your parents, like, they didn't care that you would, like, learn other religions?
No, they were into it. They liked it. And Hindus don't have this thing of trying to convert everyone. It's crazy. that they have that. Like, I mean, it's such high pressure. Like, they can only let 144,000 people into the place. So it's like, how are
Yeah,
you converting
exactly.
people even?
Well, it's because of the goal of living forever on a paradise on Earth. Like
Right.
Earth will get turned into a Garden of Eden, and then if you're good, you praise Jehovah, then you'll get resurrected and live on in a paradise.
That's sick. I mean, yeah, no, I always like that too. I like that imagery. I like that like whole thing as a kid. I was like, we need to get on this team because it
I know
was
being
scary.
able to like ride a tiger and shit like that in paradise. You're like, yo, that sounds sick.
Yeah, yeah. They always had those good pictures of them riding a tiger, like He-Man, or they actually we had a lot of good pictures of like they would be on these horses coming in from heaven. Like the heavens light is behind them, and they're coming in on the horses at the end.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They're basically just killing everyone who's not a Jehovah's Witness. So like on one side, the Jehovah's Witnesses were safe. These guys are coming down, just killing everyone else.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be a bloodbath, eh? That's gonna be sick. So then how'd you leave with all this
It's like they have to like
scary?
really recruit people so hard because the religion's like 140 years old.
Yeah, they're really trying to get their numbers up. They're working hard
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Like it's so weird when it's like learning about other religions and like Muslim religion, for example, it goes back thousands and thousands of years. There's like temples and
1600.
stuff where they, huh?
Islam is 1600. They seem older, right? But they're only
Oh,
1600.
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, they're only 16. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Six are for 300. Yeah, because Islam came after Christianity. Christianity is 2000.
oh, okay.
And then Muslims came after Christianity. They're like a 2.0. But it does seem like that. They're like they have like it's mystical.
Yeah,
They,
yeah,
and they've taken a lot of older stuff too. Like they all do that though. All the religions do that. So
yeah.
really, the main stories are going back. They definitely go back thousands of years. Hindus always try to flex like they're thousands of years old, but they're not. They're like maybe like
What do
3,000.
you think the oldest one is?
The oldest one, Buddhism 2,500, or Jews might be before even that. Jews might be like 3,000. Oh, but then Hindus are before that even. Yeah, so I think Hindus technically, yeah. And then Taoism in China.
Mm,
They had that forever, but they don't. Taoists don't believe in God and stuff like that. They just believe that it's the Tao, like the nature, the life
like Earth
force in
and
you.
stuff like that. And
Yeah, yeah, they believe in Earth and like loving all living things, and basically they believe that. And this is kind of what I believe too with the loving kindness class that I teach. Basically, they teach that you are God, like the same way as like we're all like they almost see like Earth as like a character, but
yeah.
then we're all on Earth, and so like you're the God of your body. You have a universe inside you, and then you are also on the Earth, which is another God, and then the whole universe, I think, is a God too.
Oh wow.
That's like another person, yeah. So we're just inside of these. I think it goes forever too.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's crazy.
sounds like it makes sense. I could see that.
I
'Cause,
mean, it makes sense with
inside
the
your
Earth.
body, there's like fucking little organisms, and the little organisms is like a god, and then we're the god of the organism and shit. Like I can kind of see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they have like little teams, right? Like apparently gut bacteria, if you eat like shit, it just gets just like a shitty neighborhood down there. So they have their own little gang wars or whatever they're doing. They fight with each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's so weird though when you have like come from a religion that's just like a couple hundred years old. It's like, buddy,
Yeah.
it's like a dude in Pennsylvania made this up. It's like,
Yeah, and there's great stuff out there, man. Like the Rumi poetry and like old like Taoism. It's incredible. It's just so it seems so inefficient. The people that are in this, like Scientology, even is. I say we've had a bunch of people from Scientology and from Jehovah's Witness. Scientology is actually quite advanced. Like they steal all this old stuff that's really good. Jehovah's Witness does seem like I don't know how they could be growing right now. Like they have weird. It's very archaic. Like it's very. I don't know. I don't want to say backward, but like it is very like they're
it's
doing
just,
stuff to grow, but then they're doing stuff to like piss people off too. Like if you do anything wrong, they start excommunicating you, and then they put you
yeah.
in a system. Like Natalie Grand, she's done the show twice. She was ex Jehovah's Witness, and she has like a whole book about it too. I have it right here,
Oh,
but
sick.
yeah, it's called Cult Girls. It's on Amazon. It's beautiful.
Dope.
I was like, you should make this as a show, but she was saying that at a certain age, it's like instead of thinking about like growing the religion, they're just doing these mental mind game tactics on her. Like they were just telling her like, we're kicking you out because you did something. Like you know what I mean? Like you're flirting with the guys, we're kicking you out. And then
Yeah.
she spends like 2-3 years being in this cycle of like trying to get back in. They have a court system, all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah. How was
Yeah, you
yours?
can't
Like,
even just leave too. It's like you have to like sit down with the elders. You have to have a talk about all this shit. And you're like, why?
you have to because they told you. Like, I mean, it's you
Yeah.
don't have to. I mean, after 16 or 18, you don't have to. But then they do try to screw you over. Like, they won't talk to you. Like with her, with the other guy,
Family's in it, your family won't talk to you and stuff like that. But
family's out, eh?
yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
how did you guys get into it?
So my grandpa, he was in Jamaica, and he was there were some missionaries who went to Jamaica,
Yeah.
and they were like going around like trying to convert people and stuff, like give out watchtowers and things. And my grandpa like thought that they were probably going to get like beat up or like harmed and stuff. So he walked with them to like kind of just like protect them in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
then they ended up, yeah, converting him.
Yeah, and then they just, you get into the philosophy.
And like obviously, he seems like he was a nice guy and stuff, So he's like, oh, I'm a nice guy. You guys seem nice, and like, yeah. Then
Yeah. It does seem like they're maybe going for that, like people who are kind of like gentle and who will kind of go along. It's like they're almost like looking for that, and then you can guilt them into it.
yeah, I mean, most Jehovah's Witnesses who I've met are all like, very nice people and stuff. It's crazy how no matter how nice they are, they can like just turn cold on you if you stop going to church or stop going to Kingdom Hall or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. One of the hashtags that a lot of ex Jehovah's Witnesses are using is shunning is abuse.
Mm,
So
I
when you
never,
were leaving, what's that?
I never heard of these hashtags or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, we got it from the last episode. One of the last episodes we got it from there. But shunning is abuse is basically, yeah, because I mean the kid's 18, doesn't know anyone, or sometimes even 16, and the whole family stops talking to them.
Yeah,
Um,
my brother was 15 when he got like shunned basically.
he got shunned or he left.
Well, I mean, he moved out. Like he said, he wasn't going to church anymore, and my dad said he can't live in a house if he's not going to Kingdom Hall. So
Oh my
he
god!
left, and like he had to go live with my grandma.
At 15,
Yeah,
that's so great that the grandma's there,
yeah, I know. Yeah, she's incredible.
and the grandma didn't say like the grandma's not a Jehovah's Witness.
She is, but she's just like she's just more chill.
That's amazing, dude. Because you
Yeah.
gotta just be like, hey,
Yeah, if we didn't have like my grandma, like it would have been bad.
yeah, it's crazy how people just don't go family first on that shit. Like there's been a couple of people that were shunned and then they're like, dad? It's like, yeah, I'm just never gonna talk to you again. To the daughter, that's so traumatizing for him. For
Yeah,
him too, for them.
and it sucks too. It's like it sucks when people obviously have like shitty parents and stuff, but it's like I really love my parents. They're great to me. It's like we had a great relationship up until
These
like
guys
I
just
didn't stop going, and it's like all right, relationship's like done.
wow, so everything cool until
Now
that.
things are kind of like getting better. It's like it's been ups and downs. It was like cut off for years, then I had a kid, then they kind of wanted to see my kids, so they start coming around a little bit. But then I think they did like I think there was probably like a big push at one of the conventions that they have for saying like, you shouldn't be associating with people who've left the religion. So then like things were getting better and then they just like cut me off again and stuff and like
So
and
they would come over and then they stopped coming over.
yeah, basically kind of. And
How
then
old were you when this happened?
pardon?
Sorry, how old were you when you left and when this happened?
I was 19, like right before I turned 20, basically. When I like left the house.
That's wild, dude. I'm still in my mom's house. It's huge. I just came back over COVID. She also broke her pelvic bone, so it's just hard to have
Okay.
sex. Yeah. It's just hard to, but she's deaf. I tell girls, I'm like, she's fucking deaf. It's fine. But, it's still weird. She can't hear anything, dude.
She can't hear. She can't walk. Like, what are you afraid of?
What are you afraid of? Yeah, just get up the stairs and nobody knows. It's fine. But, but yeah, that's wild, dude. I could do anything. They can't leave the kids. These parents, like I have cousins, family, friends, whatever, that are just like, fuck you. You should give me a car, or I'm gonna tell everyone that you're a piece of shit and you didn't even get me a BMW. And the parents will just buy them a BMW.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like,
That's insane.
we have this family friend who like punched his dad in the face, like went to jail, coke problems, all this coke, gambling, whatever. The dad comes over. He keeps asking for money. What do I do? Just
Punched his dad in the face. That
punch
is
his dad.
insane to me.
Yeah, dude. They're so like, it's like those rich kid class. Like, it's like they're so rich that they get weird, whatever.
I know,
But
and that's like so crazy about it is like there's, like my brother, he kind of went into like a life of crime, but he never got baptized and he just like left.
yeah.
And I got baptized and then I decided to leave. But because I got baptized and then decided to leave, like I was worse than my brother, even though my brother was like, selling drugs and like fucking, like doing all this wild shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's like that story of like, yeah, there were two brothers and like one brother's a goody two. Do you know these Bible stories at all? Do you
Oh
know
yeah,
them?
yeah.
Isn't there a story of two brothers like that? Like one's a goody two shoe, stays with
Cain
his
and
dad.
Abel?
Is it Cain and Abel? Yeah, maybe it's Cain and Abel.
Or-
And then the other one
Or
goes
the
out.
one with the prodigal son? You mean the story?
Yeah, I think it's the prodigal son one. Like one's a goody two shoe, stays with dad. The other one goes parties, whatever. And then the dad hears that he's broke. So the dad's like, bring him home. I love him. I want to be
Yeah,
with him, whatever. And
Yeah,
the nerd son is like, come on. Damn, dude. So you try to appease them and they get out of control, maybe.
Pardon?
Like it's almost like you try to appease them, like you're nice enough
Oh.
to go along with their baptism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then they'll shun you more though than him. See, this is what I mean by their backward tactics. It's like you baptized, they should be kissing your ass. They should be like, you get back in.
Yeah. But
Like,
it's
yeah.
the thing is like when you make that choice, it's like you make that choice for life, which is so fucked up because some kids are like fucking 8, 9, 10 when they're getting baptized. And then, if they change their mind when they're older, it's like, yeah, tough luck. You made the choice when you were a child.
Yeah, 8 years old. No, we saw actually someone sent me an article where they were making like 8-year-old kids sign contracts that were like, I have to work for you for 1 billion years, like Scientology. And those people, I think that's who that's who runs Jehovah's Witnesses today. Like,
What?
I think it's just a bunch of people that were born into it. And then they sign like, I don't know if everyone does this, but there's just been cases of like kids signing contracts and then just doing like slave labor for adults. Yeah, yeah. People that are born into it.
About that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who's running? I guess with your dad, like with your grandfather, he actually converted. But there's a lot of people, a lot of elders are there because like they were born into it, so then they just kind of rise up. I guess.
Yeah, my dad was like born into it, and raised his whole life, and
yeah. Any ambitions on buying a location? Because it's like a franchise, isn't it? Isn't it like a business? Like you can go to a place, you open your own location,
like,
they take a certain cut. Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I have no clue how that works.
No, they never tried that. Eh? They were just kind of.
No,
I mean, I guess
it would just be like, we're building a new Kingdom Hall here. We need people to help. And then we'd go, drive somewhere and help them build one.
Oh yeah, you would go build the Kingdom Halls for people too.
Yeah.
Like what are we talking
it's
about?
more like community based, like everybody has to like help out and stuff like that. And like,
wow, that's good.
yeah, I mean, there's some like good aspects of it. It's not all horrible, but yeah, I mean, the shunning is the worst part, and not being able to get pussy.
What do you mean not being able to get pussy? Like, oh, they tell you that you're not allowed to have sex.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have
married.
sex, you're shunned.
Basically, yeah. Like if you don't repent, you have to repent. If you get caught having sex before you're married, like that's some serious shit. Like you're not allowed to give answers, which is like what a punishment,
What's give answers? What do you mean?
Oh, so at Kingdom Hall, there'll be like question and answer periods where you're like going over some type of like religious literature, and there'll be like moments when they're like, so whatever, blah blah blah. They'll ask a question to people, and then people raise their hand, and then you get a microphone and you say your answer. But if you were like, say you got caught having sex or whatever, and you're like in your probationary period, they'll be like, you're not allowed to give answers for the next 3 months.
Wait. So you can't give answers. You're not allowed to do you're not allowed to participate in the game. Like there's game things. Yeah. Man, and how old are you when this happened? Like, so your brother left at 15. Did you and your brother both like? I feel like that would be just my turning point. Like, as soon as someone had sex with me, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm out."
Well, I didn't. I left before I had sex, so I didn't even like.
Right.
I have to go through that shit. Like,
So
I
then-
wish I could have fucking got caught having sex and just got kicked out. Would have been easier.
Everyone, look, man, everyone goes in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Everyone goes in their own way. So then how'd you leave? What was your leaving point? Your breaking point, your
So
leaving.
I had already started doing stand up,
Right.
and my dad found one of my sets online. It was on. Do you remember Topher Harrison? Do you remember that guy?
Did he play Spider-Man? No, or that's another Topher Grace. That's Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
Who's
No,
Topher Harrison?
Yeah, he went to Humber. He was a
Oh.
Yuck Yucks comic too, and
Yeah, okay.
I think he moved out to Cali now. He's a really funny dude. But he put up one of my clips on his website, and I came home after a show, like late one night, and then my dad was like still up, and he's like, "Can you come in here for a minute?" And like I went to like the living room, and he's like, "What's this?" And he like turned his laptop and like clicked play, and it was like me doing a set like at Yuck Yucks.
Oh my god.
I was doing like this joke about how I used to work at Wild Water Kingdom and like being in a hippo costume, and like a girl started grinding on me in the hippo costume one time, like this drunk girl, and like I got a boner in the costume. And then like some kids started coming up after trying to hug me and stuff like that. So-
And your dad can't laugh. He goes, "What's this?"
Yeah.
He just can't take the joke, eh? He's gotta
Yeah.
go.
And it was like killing too. It was doing pretty good.
Of course. Oh my god. He should be proud. His son's doing a good joke. And that's actually like,
You know what's fucked up too is like then he also found an article online that was from a talent show, a Humber talent show that went
Yeah.
on at the Humber like North Campus, and I ended up winning the talent show. But like they had a paper printed out, and then on the paper, my dad like highlighted parts of the article where it said like Chris Robinson's dirty sense of humor. And I'll use like dirty sense of humor, vulgar language. What is this? What are you doing here?
he highlighted that?
Yeah, he highlighted.
He got the highlighter. Oh, Dad, you got me.
Yeah.
He's there. He's like, I got the proof. I got the highlighter. You're done, buddy.
You ever seen that video of Russell Williams, that like serial killer who like gets caught? There's like an interrogation video on YouTube, but it's like
Russell
they bring him in for questioning, and then they just show him all this evidence, and he's just like, "Yep, that's me. Yep, I fucked up." You know, like that's basically how I felt.
Yeah.
You had all the evidence laid out. Yep.
You got me. But in your heart, you didn't feel guilty. You felt like I did what's right by God.
Yeah. And the thing is too, is like, I'm happy that happened because I don't know if I would have been able to like make that jump myself, you know, to like tell my dad myself that like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. So like when that happened, I was just kind of like, I'm not going to stop doing comedy. You know, I'm like, I have to do this.
Now you got to rip.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, like if you're going to do this, like you can't live here. I was like, all right, that's it.
Oh my God. And it's in a weird way good. Like it's like it almost like makes you do it.
Yeah.
Because for me and most people I know, we all wanted to start when we were 19 or 20 or whatever, or 25. Like how many people do you even know? Great comics. They do 2-3 years when they're 21 to 23, leave for 6 years. So many people, they like great, and they're back now. Some of them are back now too.
Yeah.
And, or some of them just find other things. But like for you at that point, it's just like, okay, well, God gave me a message. I got to go. It's like, that's kind of good in a way.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, like, and then it just gave me like, I'm like, I fucking gave up a lot for this shit. So I'm like, I can't stop. You know, I'm like, I just got to keep going. Like, I don't have any other choice.
So the suffering gets this meaning out of it. The suffering has meaning now. It's just like it's like they made you kill your Saturdays. You're like, I didn't go out on every goddamn Saturday, so I don't come up here and fucking rip on the mic. You know, like you fought for your freedom. That's great, man. It's like we have to fight back, brother. We are free people. That's so good, man. That is something that like you hear from. I feel like you hear that a lot from Middle Eastern people too. But like here, being just so privileged, it's hard to imagine that. It's actually kind of good. It's weird. It's because otherwise you do kind of get lazy. Like there's nothing to push you, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I know. It's wild, man. It's like sucks that all that shit had to happen. But like literally, I saw my parents today though. Like that, my son like went over to their house and like slept over for the weekend with like some of his cousins and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like we had like there's a tragedy in the family. So like when that happens, you know, people are more likely to be like, all right, let's like look past all this other shit and like, you know.
That's so chill, dude. I mean, it is like, it does feel like it's like other cultures must be so strong, have such a strong influence. It's like the reason why I feel like a lot of people need to go is because they don't have a strong, like the family's not maybe there, but it's like if are you Jamaican or West Indian?
Yeah, Jamaican.
So it's like there is a strong cultural identity there, and you probably just kind of move over quicker. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I know I like a lot of other people that came and said it was just like I just couldn't talk to anyone for 10 years. Like just like completely isolated.
Yeah, basically. It's funny when like I remember one time after I left, it was maybe a year later or a couple months later or whatever, and I ran into somebody who used to be in my Kingdom Hall, like in my congregation, and it was like a dad, a mom, and a daughter, and I saw them like a little bit down the I used to work at City Sightseeing. I was outside the ROM, so I was handing out maps.
Yeah.
And then they were walking by, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" And like the dad was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then the mom was just like, "No," and like she kept grabbed the daughter. And she's just like, yeah.
Imagine like you go, they're handing out Jehovah's Witness flyers, you're handing out the tour flyers, and you're like, "Hey, we can still be friends."
We're both handing out pamphlets.
Hey, yeah, we have more in common than we should fight about. Yeah, that's so funny, dude. So you saw that. I hate when the wife does that. Such a Karen move, dude. The wife just goes, "No, honey, no." Like the wife. So the dad was like, "Hey, Chris, you guys went to Kingdom Hall together."
Yeah, basically.
So the dad's like, "Hey, Chris, how you doing? What are you doing?" And
Yeah, like we weren't close enough to talk, but we caught each other's eyes. We were like, "Hey," and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then the wife was like, "No." No. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
It's so funny when they
like fucking roti and shit. Like you can't even just wave.
Yeah, say what's up. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Like they're just caught up in such dogma that they're almost. It's like when my uncle would tell these guys like some like Hindu story. They would be like, "It's a sin, it's a sin." Like they can't. But that's the wife is like, "No, don't look at his eyes." She's like, "No, father said that's the devil. Don't look in his eyes. He's making comedy." Imagine they all saw your clip. She's like, "Remember the hippopotamus. Remember the erection." That's so silly, dude. So then your fight to get out was mostly just shunning though. They never like fought with you or like try to get you. Sounds like kind of like does it ever get violent with trying to get people back? Because
No.
on the Scientology documentaries, like they follow them around and shit like that.
No. They didn't. There wasn't anything like that crazy. No.
That's good.
Yeah, just the shunning.
Damn, at least they're over it.
Good old fashioned shun.
Just a little shun, which is an abuse. Shunning is abuse.
Yeah.
What's the most fucked up thing you saw in there?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really see too much like fucked up shit. It was just like, boring.
Oh, really? Okay, that's great news, man. Last week I keep saying Natalie Grant episode. Check it out. It was up last week. She said like rape within 1 minute, and then she probably said it like 25 times. I know. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, but she just said that she just had so many stories.
You know what? I never thought anything. I never saw anything or heard any stories or anything. But I always thought, I was like, man, it's pretty wild that these people have been around for so long, and I've never heard any allegations about anything. Like, I'm like, every religion should have some allegations of like, anytime there's a dude in power, somebody's getting touched. It's like guys are just pervs, So I'm like, I wondered about that, and then a few years ago, CTV had an expose about it. Did you see that? Did you watch it?
No, I gotta watch that.
Yeah. No, they have like a 45-minute expose about people reporting being sexually abused in the Kingdom Halls and the Jehovah's Witness religion, and they don't report it to police.
Yeah, that's what she was saying too.
There's like thousands and thousands of reports.
You know what she was saying last week is it's like, no, they actually have like a complaints box, but the complaints box just goes to their guy.
Yeah.
And then what they basically teach, and we're gonna have another guest actually from Jehovah's Witness next week. She got kicked out for similar reasons, where she was like she wanted to date and stuff, I think. But basically, when they do a sexual assault thing, They send it to the top guy. That guy basically blames any kind of stuff on the girls. He basically teaches them at a young, and maybe that's maybe why you didn't see it, because it sounds like it's part of their training, but they separate the guys and girls. So I think they kind of teach the girls like you need to be like subordinate,
and
and
also
you need to
too, they
listen.
say that you need to have if you're making an allegation, that there has to be 2 witnesses.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fucked
there has
up.
to be 2 Jehovah's Witnesses who are witness to the act, and you're like, what are you talking about? When's that ever?
It's
when's
just
that gonna
too. It's like,
But
I mean,
it is fucked up. I mean, and like the way that they set it up too, like I'm not surprised that any of this shit happened, because like when you go door to door in service, they'll just team you up with anybody. Like I remember being a kid and like they would just send me with like some fucking 40-year-old dude to go walk around the neighborhood. Like he's
that's
like,
fucked.
yeah, just all right, just hop in this guy's car. We're driving across Brampton to like this other place to go. And you're like, what? Like
Wow.
I'm fortunate, but now that I look back on it, I'm like, I would never fucking send my kid with a
No.
random grown man to go walk around like neighborhoods.
Yeah, no way. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and that's kind of where the stuff happens. Actually, a lot of it happens there because they send you with a guy, and it's basically like the guys do shit, but then the elders are like, "We're not going to touch it. We don't feel like kind of dealing with it." Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's a classic. Like even with a lot of Indian stuff, they're like, then whole community talking. Like that's what they basically like. Then whole community going to talk. Like they basically quiet it down as like the whole structure will look bad, so we're not going to say anything. We'll deal with it internally, and then they just kind of don't do anything.
yeah, absolutely.
Sick.
Yeah, it's pretty despicable.
Yeah, man. So what did you go to anything like to come out? Were there any organizations you went to, anything like that?
No, I
You
just
just
did.
ripped it. Stand up.
Um, pardon me.
Like you just like went to stand up. Like you just came over to, not to stand up is like such
Yeah,
a strong
basically.
community, but yeah,
Yeah,
you just
I
came
kind
over
of
to
just like
comedy.
I left and I just lived the life that I always wanted to live, and just like yeah, I just moved in with some comedians and I fucking started doing stand up and moved downtown.
Amazing, dude.
I went to like a couple, like I think I went to the memorial a couple times after I left. Like Memorial of Christ's death. That's like their Easter type thing.
Memorial of Christ's death. They can't even use the nice Easter name. They have to make it like just a literal
Yeah.
Memorial
Memorial
of
of
Christ's death.
Christ impaling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were saying you went to that?
Yeah. So I went a couple times, but like just because it was weird, because when I left, I still believed in it. I was just content with like living my own life. I'm like, if I'm gonna fucking not go to heaven or paradise, like I don't care. I'm like, but I still like believed in it hardcore. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to live how I want to live. So then I left.
Yeah.
But then I still believed in it. So like every now and then I'd pop into like a Kingdom Hall and like, do a little prayer or like watch a service or something.
Yeah,
But
that's actually pretty standard. What's that?
yeah, but then after like a couple of years, I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do any of that shit.
Yeah. Did you ever get into anything else spiritual? Like, have you tried mushroom trips and stuff like that, or like those like
Oh, yeah.
guided trips?
No, I mean, not a guided trip. I mean, unless fucking, one of our brown friends who does lots of hallucinogens is my guide.
Yeah. Well, we're all supposed to guide each other, I guess, but but you can. Sometimes I just end up in it with people because what these drugs even teach, like psilocybin, is that like you're one with nature, and it is kind of guiding you through a journey, even when you're awake. But
Yeah.
then on the mushrooms, you do kind of go through a thing. So I do find that it's spiritually healing, even if you don't go with someone.
Yeah. Last year I did like it wasn't mushrooms, but I did some LSD.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
that really like
God is great.
I was like crying on the beach, like just like Mike Rita was holding my hand, and
Yeah.
he's like, you think about your family? I'm like, yeah. He's like, "You think about your family?" I'm like, yeah, I do. It's pretty funny. He just kept saying everything exactly that I was thinking. It was wild.
That's amazing, dude. That's a guide. That's a professional guide. You can
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it. You can't pay for that. That's just like someone in your life that can do it.
yeah. It was great. And then it was crazy because it was after that like whole experience. I was crying for like at least an hour on the beach, just like thinking
Yeah.
about my family and how much I miss them, and like our relationship is fucked and all this kind of shit. And then maybe like a week later, 2 weeks later, I was in Brampton randomly, and then I was like, fuck it, let me just like hit them up and like see if what's going on. And then
Yeah.
they told me I could come by, and then we kind of like that kind of stemmed to like that started everything of like us kind of like building our relationship again.
Wow. So the mushrooms, they do have that magic in them.
Yeah,
They'll-
yeah.
They
Because
reconnect you.
I'd been to Brampton a bunch of times and never like hit them up, or never like
Yeah.
tried to talk to them at all. But after that like experience, I was like, I thought I dealt with all this shit, but I clearly didn't.
That's so nice, man. Mushrooms are so good. They are like there is a spiritual need in people, and it's
so.
crazy.
Yeah,
But-
100%.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
it's like reflect and like reset kind of like your mind, and yeah, it's a great experience.
yeah, it's very nice. And it's basically, I think we're moving towards that as a society, but that's what we should be doing instead of like obviously this stuff. Because it does seem like people do need something,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is what I teach too. I have a loving kindness class. By the way, great time to plug my loving kindness class. Make sure you check it out Sundays. There's a lot of people here in the audience too. Jonathan Bloss is here. Mac 23806. JWs have a secret pedo database. That's your name. At least if you do one of the mushroom centers, you can leave after without having your shelter, job, and family shun you. Yeah. This name, yeah, he's here this person's here every week. I don't know why I'm assuming it's a guy.
That's that's a great handle.
That's the handle. This is like great marketing.
My new Gmail account.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, JWs have a secret pedo database. That's that's if you want to spread the message, you just put it right there. At least if you do, yeah, mushroom centers, it's true. Natalie Grand is here. What's up? Tucker Salazar, Gyanjor, how's it going? Donnie the Ape, what's up? Yeah, thanks everyone for coming.
What's up?
And
yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. This is sick.
Yeah, and check out Chris Robinson. His Instagram's hilarious. And you have a new show. You said you're on an episode of Pillow Talk on Crave.
Oh, okay. You gotta do your fucking research.
I did. I couldn't find it. You made it sound like you made the show. That's why I was looking for like Pillow Talk trailer.
I'm on a show called Pillow Talk on Crave.
Amazing.
So I'm a lead in the show. I'm in all 10 episodes of the show.
Oh, sick. Okay.
But I didn't create it though. I'm just a main character on the show.
That's amazing. I auditioned for it too. See, this is what I deserve. I auditioned for it. I didn't get the part, obviously, but you're killing
You
it,
do
man.
enough research, probably.
Ah, damn it.
Probably it.
It's also just hard to find Crave clips though. But
yeah, I know. I'm like, do they honestly? They didn't really promote it that much. Like, but they did.
Like I just couldn't. I was looking. I just couldn't find it, honestly. Like I have an 11-minute clip. That's it. But check out Chris Robinson's. This page has all of your links though. This has like a ton of links.
Yeah. It has links to a bunch of random shit. It has like comedy albums, some stand-up clips, some like rap videos.
Yeah, music videos. The rap videos are so funny, dude. They're amazing.
Videos and stuff, and
yeah, dude.
random character stuff.
Check it out, Chris Robinson. Yeah. There's gonna be. I want to do one reaction clip, and then we'll probably get out of here after that. But I want to show you a clip. Actually, I found this young training clip. Oh yeah, there's a Smurf thing too. Totally forgot about that. But this one I found weird. I don't know if I just want you to tell me if you've seen anything like this.
Is this? Oh wow.
It's a good animation.
Yeah, this is a Jehovah's Witness thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's well done, eh? It looks like Pixar.
I think I left before they had any animated stuff. I've never seen this.
Wow. I didn't have time to finish Caleb's face. Carrie drew two mommies. She told me they're married to each other. My teacher says that all that matters is that people love each other and that they're happy.
Well, people have their own ideas about what is right and wrong. But what matters is how Jehovah feels. He wants us to be happy, and he knows how we can be happiest. That's why he invented marriage the way he did.
You mean one man and one woman?
Exactly. Look at Genesis 1:27. Jehovah created Adam and Eve, male and female. Then in Genesis 2:24, he said that a man will stick to his wife. Later, Jesus said the same thing. Jehovah's standards haven't changed.
So good, eh?
Wow. Yeah.
This used to get me when I was a kid. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Honestly, this is much better having it animated than when it used to be just shitty actors.
Oh yeah. Those are still around too. Yeah. I've seen some of those. Those are pretty bad. Yeah. We gotta watch one of those next week. This is shockingly well made. And then you can like, this isn't a complete reuse, but this is kind of like the old pictures. You know, like they would have great and. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Later, Jesus said the same thing. Jehovah's standards haven't changed. It's kind of like going on an airplane. What would happen if someone wanted to bring something on the plane that wasn't allowed?
They couldn't go on their trip.
Right. It's the same with Jehovah. He wants us to be his friend and live in paradise forever. But we have to follow his standards to get there.
This is out of the books.
At Matthew 7:13 and 14, it talks about the road leading to paradise. To get there, Jehovah says we have to leave some things behind. That means
Dude, that's so funny. Look at, they made like a
portal.
They made like a little.
Instead of him holding a bag, they should have had him like holding another dude's hand.
Yeah, where's the other dude? Is that too risky?
He's like, I gotta leave you.
What's in the bag? Like
Jehovah doesn't allow it.
Jehovah doesn't allow it. Sorry.
You know what? Another thing too is like I remember there being people who I thought were gay in the Kingdom Hall.
Yeah.
And I was like, for sure this dude's gay. 100% he's gay. And they're like, I'd say it to like my family members, like, don't say that. You're not allowed to say those things. Like, 10 years later, I like see this dude on Church Street, like in a fucking mesh tank top and rollerblading. I'm like, I called it. I fucking called it. I knew it.
You called it, but your dad's like, hey, they'll fucking kill him or something. You know what I mean? Like your dad's just like,
yeah.
You're like, dude, that could be a big accusation. Yeah, it's like you can't. Yeah, if I say it in front of my mom too, she's just like, she'll like hit me and stuff.
Yeah, you're like clearly. I'm like, he's not putting on a front. Like, there's some people. It's like you could tell he's born that way. It's like just
yeah,
like,
just let him do it. You know,
let him be who he is. Shit.
Exactly. What? Yeah, I wonder what's in the bag. Like they just are assuming that gay guys have some shit they carry around or something. Like
yeah, and like what was he bringing like on the plane? This dude had like guns and shit or something.
I'm assuming it's like a dildo or something. I don't know, like what like it's just like a stereotype of what a Jehovah's Witness would think a gay guy would have. So it's just like a box of condoms and like a dildo or some shit like that. And he's like, "Sorry, I gotta leave this life behind."
Some RuPaul's drag race DVDs.
yeah, exactly. Nylons, yeah, dude. And that security checker could check that right away. What is that security gate? That's so silly.
Yeah.
Paradise says we have to leave some things.
Paradise security, eh? And it's like, yeah, it's like wide open. Like you could just kind of walk around it, but they'd catch you for sure if you did that. I guess in here I see two giraffes in the background.
Behind.
Yeah.
That means anything Jehovah doesn't approve of.
But I want everyone to get to paradise.
So does Jehovah. And you know what? People can change. That's why we share his message. So, what can you say to Carrie?
Well, I could tell her about the paradise. I could tell her about the
Wow, they even teach the kid like, okay, how are you going to tell them not to be gay? They're like, how are you going to tell your friend it's a sin? That's so bad.
And the resurrection.
That's awesome. Let's practice.
Practice. What a negative message, man.
I know. I used to do that shit too when I was a kid.
So you got these brainwashings?
Of course, yeah.
Just in your own way. They had a gay one. Like what? You weren't allowed to play with toys, right?
Pardon me?
No toys? You're not allowed to play with toys?
I had toys, but I didn't have a lot of toys. I had just like a few.
There's actually another cartoon where this guy's like, but the toy had a magic trick. So he was like, this is the wizard, Wally the wizard toy, or whatever. And his mom's like, Jehovah doesn't like wizard magic. Yeah.
I remember them like reading Harry Potter at school one day, like as like a story time thing. And I remember really liking it. And then like telling my mom, like we're in the mall one day and like I saw the book on display. I was like, oh, I like this book. We read this book in school. I remember I was like, oh, cool. And then she like started reading it. She was like, no, Christopher. This has magic. It has spells. Not good.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
No fun stuff. They just don't believe in that. They don't believe in having fun.
Yeah.
That's so silly, dude. So then you got this stuff, and then did you teach people? You would teach this?
Yeah, I would bring like I remember like bringing like random shit to school sometimes, or like, oh, you know what's the craziest thing? I remember in kindergarten, I remember telling like one of my first days of kindergarten, playing in sandbox with my friend Courtney Steven, who was a cornerback for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Sick.
Um,
Shout out.
but, I remember telling him on like one of the first days of school about resurrection and being like how sick it is. I'm like, you can like, yeah, ride an elephant, like tigers and like animals that can like eat you and stuff. Like they'll
Sick.
be your friends. And I remember him saying, he's like, that sounds so cool. When I go home, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, just so that he can die and wake up in paradise.
How old are you?
We're 5.
Oh my God. He goes, I'm going to go home and kill myself. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That would be on Jehovah's Witness hands. That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Luckily he didn't.
Thank God. Did he just already have a dark sense of humor, or was he just like 5 and he didn't know?
I think he was just 5, didn't know.
That's
I remember
so cute.
telling my parents when I got home, being like, I think I converted someone or whatever. And then, telling them when they said the kill myself thing, they're like, oh, no. Yeah. He's not gonna get in if he commits suicide. Yeah.
Oh, it's a suicide? No bueno. But
No.
but the thing is he told the guy to commit suicide. Your parents, right? They didn't get on the phone and call his parents. They just go, no, Chris, you lost the sale.
No, you messed up. Good, you're almost good. 9 out of 10, but one little
thing. So they gave you the sales lesson, but they didn't call his parents and say, hey, your son said this thing.
Yeah, he's gonna commit suicide tonight. Just a heads up. Might want to check to see if he got into any chemicals under the sink or some shit.
I feel like that's the call to make. Like I
don't think the call was made. I think they just like hoped for the best that he, wouldn't know how to kill himself.
They just went right to your sales work. Like, Chris, not if you commit suicide.
Come on, what are you talking about, man?
What are you thinking? Come on, dude. That's not how you get the numbers.
If he's still alive tomorrow, tell him that won't work. Okay.
Just let him know. That's so silly, man. Just call his parents. But I guess you're just like other kids. They're not going to do it.
Yeah.
That would be such a backfire, dude. But what advice would you give people that are maybe trying to get out?
If you're not baptized yet, don't get baptized.
Sick.
If you're already baptized and you're trying to get out, I mean, like, shit, like, fuck, just do it. It's going to suck. No matter what, it's going to suck. Like, so just let it suck now so that you have more time to live your life that you want to live. And like, just fucking get it over with.
That's it, baby. Pull off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, you just got to pull the Band-Aid because like, it's not going to get easier. It's just going to get harder and harder. And like, and then like, if you stay in it for your parents, and your parents die when they're like, fucking 80 and you're like, 50 and you're like, fuck. Now I'm old and now I finally can like live the life I want to live. You're like, no, just get out.
Just rip and dip, man. Just go. Just like you just ran into comedy, man. That's amazing. At 19 years of age, you ran in. You're making such a great name for yourself too.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, dude. Great work. But I always love your work, man. It's incredible stuff. And everyone should check it out at Snapshot Robinson, Instagram.com/Snapshot Robinson. And the link tree has a bunch of links, but like the music videos are so tight. Yeah, I feel like you're close to having a show. I mean, it'll happen, I guess.
Thanks, bro. Working on it.
Yeah,
trying to find some other shit.
Yeah, I got to do some stand-up comedy this year too. You're doing a special? You have a special.
I shot a special last year. It's going to be coming out this year on Crave.
Amazing, dude. Yeah. So you have your comedy special coming out on Crave, and then but everything you can check it out at Instagram.com/Snapshot Robinson. Thank you so much, man. This is so good for the culture. So good for the community.
You, man.
Yeah,
I had
man.
a great time. This is a sick show.
This is a thank, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for everybody watching too.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Here, you want to read some comments? Mr. Q, I'm not going to say it, dude. I think this guy also calls himself Deep.
Holy shit, there's bear comments.
Get to the Choppa? There what?
I said there's bear comments. They're sick.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a bunch of people here. This show's actually doing really well. This is called Rehab. We're back next week with Jennifer Infantino. She's also XJW. And then we're going to have someone from Shambhala because it's like this Buddhist cult. And I mean, they just went through a sex scandal, so everyone's leaving. But they're heavy in Canada and in Thailand. So I think I'm going to get some people from that soon. But no, it's been a great show, man. A lot of great response, and because people learn so much from people, from like someone like you who's gotten out. Do you find that you see more conspiracies in the real world now, like in general in culture?
I mean, I'm just like basically skeptical of anybody who tells me what to do nowadays. You know?
Yeah, true. Like even with COVID stuff or anything like that, like
Yeah, I mean, like
I don't trust this.
I don't know. It's just hard to trust people. I find it just hard to trust authority now.
Yeah, yeah. No, I found that is a common theme with a lot of people. Like everyone comes out and they think for themselves of cults because it's like you've been through one, so you're like, no, I see it. I see what you guys are doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Please, Morton is here. Ocho Cinco, what's up? How you doing? Hannah G. Hannah G came in early today. Good job, Hannah G. Very good karmas. Everyone, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. This week,
you said her name really funny.
What, Hannah?
You said Hanaji. You said
Hanaji.
Very brown. Hanaji. Yeah.
Hanaji. You came early, Hanaji. Very good, Hanaji. Good karmas. Yeah, she came in early. I like when people come in early. People come in 10 minutes early, start leaving comments. Genevieve Johnson, what's up? Genevieve Johnson's always messaging me too. Dude, what is this guy's name though? JWs have a secret pedo database. This is that's a great name, and you're raising awareness, and God is great, brother. Good for you. Mac 23806, what's up?
I saw Natalie Grant's thing about not being able to watch Aladdin. Oh my god.
I know, dude. There's so much of that.
There's so much random shit that we weren't allowed to watch. Like I could watch Aladdin, but like I could watch Simpsons, but I had family who weren't allowed to watch Simpsons.
Wow, dude. Aladdin? That's Musalman. That's Muslim. You think your parents would be like, Chris, watch a Christian one. Like something. Aladdin, eh? Wow, that's very progressive. You got Aladdin. Natalie, no Aladdin for Natalie. I know a lot of people that I knew were like just not allowed to do shit. They were in a lot. I think a lot of them don't watch Disney. Like they're just like, Disney is all Satan.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? You're missing out. Please, Morton is here. Yeah, dude, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
And everyone, check out Chris's Instagram channel at Snapshot Robinson. And we're back next week. Peace.